Hi guys, Birdie here. For those wondering, yes, I have green hair. Now, onto the video. So, if you haven't read the title already, which you probably did, anyways, this video is about internet hatred. Or internet hate, internet trolls. I wouldn't exactly use the term cyberbullying, because I find that as more of a consistent thing, where the things that I'm going to be talking about are going to be like short comments or hate comments you get every so often, and etc. I'm not making this video to call anyone out really, or to complain to you about my hate problems, because yes, I've gotten hate comments and etc. Who doesn't? But I'm making this video, one, because people have asked me how I deal with hate comments before, and I thought it would be good to finally answer that in an official video, and two, because a recent event has inspired me, or not inspired me, but made me want to make this video to address that. Now I'm going to say flat out, honestly, this is just me as a person, but internet hate and hate comments don't really get to me. I've dealt with lots of things in my life in the past, and that doesn't bother me anymore, really. Because in the end, the only thing that matters is my opinion of myself. And it's very rare for anyone else's opinions to change the way I look at myself. Now that's a good and a bad thing, there are pros and cons to that, but mostly I used to have lots of self-hatred and stuff, but I've grown out of that to the point where I see myself in a more positive way, and it's hard to change that, or for anyone's opinion to make it different. Like, I will respect your opinion, like, I know my videos aren't for everybody, and I know not everyone's gonna agree with what I say, so I understand if you don't agree, and I can deal with that hatred. So, the only thing that the event that I talked about earlier that made me want to make this video, it wasn't the hate that bothered me, it was the more of the trolling or the unprofessionalism of it. So I'm going to talk about that event that triggered this all first. For those of you that don't know, I was selling my first custom on eBay a week ago, and the auction ended this Sunday, and it went to the highest bidder, and it didn't go very much, just a few dollars over what the original price was, but a comment I got after was the person, the highest bidder who had won, sent me a message saying basically saying they didn't want the custom anymore because it was ugly, and that they hated Undertale, which is a video game I like, and I think they tried to call me an emo lesbian. I'm not sure if that's what they meant. They're very obviously not good grammar, but my mom, who helped me monitor my eBay account and my business, was the one who brought it up to me, and she was all distressed about it and acting like this was the worst thing that ever happened, and I was there laughing at the comment. Like, I found it funny that they would say such things like that, and it wasn't the comment that made me mad, it was the fact that they wasted my time and other people's time. Like, I would much rather have had my custom gone to another bidder that bidded cheaper than have it, who actually wanted the custom, than have someone who didn't want the custom win it for a higher price. I want my customs to be enjoyed by people. I want people to like them when they buy them. I don't want to sell my custom to somebody who doesn't want it. So that was what made me mad, and that they wasted a lot of the other bidders' time in doing such, and that it was just a stupid thing for them to do. And then we later got a message from the same user saying that it was a mom whose child had went on their phone and had bid on the item and then sent that message. And so that brought up another thing, that honestly, little children shouldn't be on the internet. Because yes, the internet is a wonderful place where you can learn so much things and you can communicate with people all around the world, but there is a very scary side of the internet that I feel like you should be older to be able to experience it and not go into a downward spiral, such as internet hatred. Like, I've seen little kids get hatred online and stuff, and I think that's not right, but they shouldn't be there in the first place, because it's a more mature place. I mean, the internet can get really scary, and it can go farther than just hiding beyond the screen. You can get into legit trouble for things you do online. And so that's what I feel is important, is that a lot of the hatred I see nowadays is from kids, and that's the only way they can express their intense emotions, is they think they can get this attention by posting these stupid hate comments. And the thing that makes me funny is that makes it funny to me is that usually, one, their grammar is awful and their spelling is totally incorrect, so that, like, obviously dismisses the comment, first of all, because obviously I'm more educated than this person. So, I mean, obviously I have the higher ground there, so it doesn't offend me because it's like a peasant calling a king stupid. The king doesn't care. Like, okay, you thought my custom was ugly? I have around 28,000 subscribers that I think would disagree with you, so... I don't... And so, that's what I mean when it doesn't affect me, because I can see the lighter side of it, which other people can't. And so that can obviously hurt others who can't see it like that. Which brings me to the idea of you guys wanting advice on how to deal with hate comments, because I know probably a lot of people, if you've been on the internet long enough, you've obviously dealt with hate comments. And again, it's something that I think you should be older to be on the internet, because you need to be older to be able to deal with that hatred in a not harmful way to yourself. Like, I feel like 13 is a good age to be on the internet. Now, I know if my 12-year-old self would totally disagree and say the internet's the best thing in the world, but obviously I have had my fair share of problems with the internet that have come into my real life and led to a lot of awful things. And if I didn't have the internet, it wouldn't have happened. So there's that. And now talking about advice, the advice that I could give is that it's almost nothing to me. I can only say what I feel to. I can't, like, I don't know how to give you advice to help yourself dealing with hate comments, but I mean, there's always, you're not weak for deleting the hate comment. That doesn't make you, like, unable to take care of it. That, deleting the comment is such a easy way to get rid of that hatred. Because, I mean, I do that frequently. I will delete comments. I will delete comments that have like 75 replies of people arguing and stuff, because I don't want that on my channel. One, because I don't want the million notifications about it. And two, because it's just not, I don't want someone to watch one of my videos and go down the comments and see all this hatred. I don't want my channel to be full of hatred. I mean, I don't want you guys to come to my channel for the hatred. I want my channel to be a positive place, you know? With an occasional character death and etc. Like, that's what my channel is about. It's not about hatred. I don't like promoting hatred because of that. And I've had my fair share of comments that are hatred and disagreeing with me, because I talk about a lot of controversial things such as religion and LGBT issues. And with that would bring in more haters than normal issues would be, like talking about dogs or something. And so that brings haters to my channel. And so if you don't want haters, I suggest you stay away from those controversial subjects until you think you're ready to handle such things, because there are going to be people that disagree with you and etc. And when people call me like offensive words, cuss words, swear words, they don't affect me at all. Really, it's just a word to me. I mean, I don't see it. Now, there are a few words that I don't like people saying, and most of those words are slurs, such as, I'm not going to say them, but if any of you know the F word, the slur for gay people, the N word, the slur for black people, and etc., all sorts of racial slurs and stuff, I don't like those words just because I think they promote they have a hateful backstory from where they origin from, so I don't like those words. But if you call me that, I mean, I'm not going to get too upset. But if you call someone else that, I mean, I'm going to attack you. But for me, I just don't care what people say about me. Like, that person who commented saying I'm an emo lesbian, one, I don't care. If you call me emo for the first off, I'm probably going to agree with you. I'll be like, yeah, I'm totally emo trash. I really don't care. To me, being emo isn't that much of a negative word. It's the person that makes it negative. I'm spitting so much, I'm sorry. And like, being called a lesbian, that's not an insult to me. I'm like, first off, I'm not lesbian, just to get that out of the way. So I mean, I may look lesbian, I don't know, have that lesbian kind of look, but I mean, I'm not. And if you, that's not an insult to me. It's just incorrectly describing me. Like saying someone who's short, oh, that person's tall. Like, that's all you're doing, you're just describing me incorrectly, so it's not an insult to me. A lot of words I don't see as insults, it's just ways for you to try and hurt me, and obviously, it doesn't. Like, because I guarantee every word that you think of calling me, I have called myself before. So, I have come from self-hatred in the past, and I've overcome that. And I can look in the mirror and be like, damn, girl, you on bleak. Wow, I'm cringy because I just said that. But I'm pretty positive on my outlook right now. And so, like, if you call me any kind of cuss word, I'm gonna be like, cool, man, you're right. Like, I'll agree with you in a funny way. Like, cuss words and insults don't really hurt me. Because it's like, it doesn't bother me. And I feel like the first step into dealing with hatred, online especially, is the fact that you have to learn to love yourself. Because once you do that, it's so much easier to dismiss all the other hatred. And now, I can't say learning to accept yourself is easy. It's definitely not easy. You need a lot of support and friends who are there for you. And that's hard. And I understand what that is like. So, yeah, that's my advice I can give to you. I'm sorry if it's not very good. Again, I can only say what I think and what I've been through. And so, yeah, and definitely, if you're dealing with online hatred and it gets to a point where somebody is threatening your safety or anything of that such, you should definitely get your parents involved, maybe even the police involved, because that can lead to serious things. The internet can go from online to reality really quickly, and so that's important. So if it gets to that level, you definitely shouldn't ignore it, because that can be really scary. I personally don't think I've ever had something like that happen to me, where someone has threatened me or my safety or my family's safety or anything like that. Of course I've been told to kill myself. I mean, who hasn't? But I mean, that doesn't affect me anymore, because, like, cool, man, I didn't want you to be born, but I can't help that. Like, I'm really awful at comebacks today. But for me, it'll be worse if I was faced with that hatred in real life. I'd probably fight the person right then and there, but I can't do that online, so. And yeah, that's just my view on hatred. And definitely, if it gets to an unprofessional level, like what I had that person with eBay, definitely people need to learn that it's not hatred. To me, it's not hatred in that extent, but it's unprofessionalism. It's not professional, and it's trolling, basically. And you're wasting people's time. You're wasting important things. Like, if that was in reality, like, with a real business, like, if that kid had gone on their parents' phone and, like, bought $100 worth of stuff from Amazon, do you really think the big business Amazon is going to be like, oh, that's alright? Do you really think they're going to do that? No, because I only let it slide because, I mean, I'm a solo business person right now. And I don't even know if I have a business. I just make customs and sell them. And so one person messing up, that's okay, because every individual customer matters to me. Unlike a big business, not every individual customer matters. It's more of the overall that matters. So that definitely needs to be taken into account too. Like, these things can get very serious very quickly depending on what you're dealing with. And you need to keep that in mind. So, another thing that I see with hatred in people is that they think that the term fighting fire with fire works with hatred, and it doesn't. You cannot fight hatred with hatred. There's some quote from Martin Luther King, I think, going really far back here. Martin Luther King saying, like, hate cannot defeat hate, only love can do that. Something like that. Now, I'm not saying show all this love to people that are being mean. Just don't retaliate with hatred, because that's only going to make the fire stronger. It's not going to do anything to stop it. So, with dealing with hatred, definitely do not fight back with hatred. That's not going to work. And you gotta be strong. You can't let them know it gets to you. Really, you can't. Because then they're just gonna make it worse. In reality, it's not a lie when they say that the person does it to get a reaction. They do. Because if you just don't respond or you just delete their comment, they're most likely not going to comment again, because obviously it didn't get to you, so it's not working. And so, you can't give them the attention that they want. You just gotta push it aside. And, like, half the things that I've dealt with, especially on Instagram really, is the drama. I don't get involved in much drama because I deal with it personally. Like, if there's something going on, like if someone's copying my character or something, I talk to them privately and deal it out with them one-on-one. I don't tell my whole fan base to come and attack that person, because one, that's very rude, and two, I don't want to be involved in all this drama, because I'm a rather chill person, man. Literally, basically, almost nothing gets to me, except some things, you know. But you just don't need to do that. Don't retaliate with hatred and rudeness, because that's only going to make the problem worse. So that's the advice I can give you guys on dealing with internet hatred, either on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, whatever. I'm sorry this video is really long. Whoopsies. I'm very bad at making long videos. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in the video that I make after this one. For this question of the video, how do you deal with hatred online? So, see you guys in the next video. Stay weird. That was so weird.